Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to my friend Peppa Pig gameplay and the first part of the fanfic series. Today's Peppa Pig fanfic is from a gentleman by the name of Oni, and it's called Broken Souls, a Peppa Pig and Jeff the Killer love story. Chapter 1, Suzy. So, yeah, bear with me on this one. For fudge's sake, snort, Peppa yelled in frustration as she tried but failed to cross her legs for the 23rd time. Give it up, Peppa. Your leg and stomach are fattening away, yawned Suzy from beside her. Unlike the pig, she was able to sit on the floor with legs crossed comfortably. But Suzy, you're my best friend. You promised you would help me, snort, whined Peppa. I know, but, snort. Sighing, Suzy started her sentence again. I know, but, snort. Peppa, shut the fuck up, you fat bitch. Peppa's eyes widened as the sheep's outburst. This was the first time Suzy has ever shouted at her. She was her best and only friend, thus making the words feel like daggers piercing her heart. She could feel tears begin to well up at the side of her eyes. Peppa, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Suzy, as she moved to sit next to Peppa. I don't know what came over me, she whispered as she rubbed the pig's back. Peppa released a sniffle and nodded her head. It's fine. I know you're on your period. Suzy resisted the urge to grit her teeth. Honestly, she was sick of Peppa and wanted nothing to do with her. But her mother forced her to befriend the pig. Yes, I'm on my period. You understand the mood swings once you start yours, Suzy said with a fake smile. Peppa nodded and returned the smile. Okay, go wash your face upstairs. It looks gross. We can continue to practice crossing your leg once you get back. Peppa nodded again before rushing to the upstairs bathroom. The smile was still on her face. She was lucky to have a kind friend like Suzy. Snort. She loved the sheep to bits and would do anything for her. She knew that Suzy felt the same way. They were like sisters. No, they were closer to sisters. They were one. Peppa was forced out of her thoughts by a loud bang. What the snort? The pig mumbled to herself. She began to wash her face. Peppa, help me. Snort, snort. I love you too, yelled Peppa in response as she grabbed a towel and dried her face. Peppa, please. Suzy's voice was suddenly cut off, causing Peppa to frown. Was she being attacked? Peppa shook the thought off.
It's our house.
And no one would attack a sheep. Shrugging her shoulder, Peppa made her way back downstairs to rejoin Suzy. Upon turning the corner leading to the living room, Peppa froze. Standing where she and Suzy had been sitting minutes ago was a teenager with sickly pale skin, narrow, eyeless onyx eyes, and jet black hair. He wore a pair of simple black jeans and a plain white hoodie. Covered in blood, in fact, his whole body was covered in blood. Peppa's mouth fell open. She tried to say something, but she couldn't. The stranger was now looking at her. He was holding a blood-stained knife tightly in his right hand.
It's our house.
Peppa closed her eyes tightly before reopening. She had to speak. She had to say something. Anything, forcing the shock out of her. Peppa willed herself to speak. What the snort? You're so snorting handsome. Marry me. Jeff blinked once, then twice, and finally a third time. In front of him was a talking pig standing on two legs, a monster capable of giving him even him nightmares. He could feel her heart increase as start of a way to escape.
But it seems to be very cold
Hey,
up
are
there.
you okay? Snort, asked the monster as it took a step towards him. This caused Jeff to go into full panic mode, throwing his knife in the direction of the pig before leaping out of a nearby window. Peppa smiled as she watched a handsome teen run away. He was the man of her dreams, her Prince Charming, her life. She was so caught up, though, she didn't notice her younger brother George walked in. Whoa, what the fuck? It's about time you killed that fucking bitch, Suzy. Huh? Suzy's dead? Alright, going to the next page. Chapter 2. Liar. Alright, so now we've already had a murder and Suzy's psycho and Jeff is apparently terrified of her. Okay. Chapter 2. Suzy's dead, said Peppa confused. George sighed, nodding his head. Are you blind, fam? Her body is right in front of you, bruv. I don't believe you, snort, frowned Peppa. as she turned away from the body to fully face George. This caused George to facepalm in annoyance.
Using the telescope from the top, you can
Bruh,
spot
this girl,
tiny
fam.
faces.
She's actually so
Some
annoying,
that are
he muttered
very
to himself
far
before
away.
grabbing his sister's head and forcibly turning it so that she was now looking directly at Susie's bloody corpse. Snort, 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 Suzy, snort, gasped Peppa as she took in the sight of her best friend's body. Snort, snort, snort. Oi, shut the fuck up, you retard. The noise is bare annoying now, George. Sorry for the accent there. It's not gonna continue. I'm sorry. I can't help it, Peppa whispered as the tears began to fall from her eyes. Suzy, she was my best friend. Bruh, that thought hated you, said George as he crossed his arms over his chest. This new information has caused Peppa to rapidly shake her head in denial. The only reason she hung out with you because her mom forced her to, George continued. Peppa continued to shake her head in denial. No, you're lying. You always lie to me, wailed Peppa, gripping her head. When have I ever lied to you? George questioned, looking at his sister in boredom. Peppa frowned as she thought back to the millions of times George had lied to her. You once told me you were going to the theater, but instead you drugged me and stole my kidney. That was only once, sighed George. You once tricked me into swallowing cocaine and flying to Mexico to the United Kingdom, added Peppa, as she pointed an accusing finger. Yeah, that was your fault for being a fucking brickhead. No, it's not my fault. You told me there were marshmallows, snort. And it's not like you're a card or anything, George interrupted. One burst inside of me, snort. And you lived, said George as he rolled his eyes. Lived? The word repeated in Peppa's head. Lived, alive. She felt like she had forgotten something important. Life, death, dead. Oh my gosh, poor Suzy, cried Peppa as she knelt down beside the sheep's body. Bruh, this pig, get the fuck up, Peppa. You're going to give yourself knee pains again. Peppa shook her head. I'm leaving this spot. Okay, wait there. I'm going to get rid of the body, George sighed as he walked towards the body. No, you can't, cried Peppa as she threw herself over Suzy's body. Losing his patience, George forced Peppa's head up and lifted his hand and brought it across Peppa's face. We're getting rid of the body. I don't plan on the Jakes throwing me in the pen again.
Well done.
If I go down, you're going with me.
It's easy to keep the forest clean.
Peppa opened her mouth to protest, but then closed it with a thought across her mind. If the police threw her in prison, she wouldn't be able to see the handsome, blood-stained teen again. Okay.
If we follow them, we'll find out.
Let me see. There's supposed to be 5 chapters, but what the fuck? There's only 2 here.
Maybe.
Damn it. There's only 2 chapters of that one, so that one was a little crazy. Let's see what else I can find here while we're in the middle of doing this. Let's see. Because we still got a lot of gameplay to go. Peppa Pig fan fiction. Let's see what we can find.
Wow.
And I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're enjoying this. See, I don't know how much time we have left of the video. We still got we still got some about 10 minutes on the video, so let me see what I can find.
Mummy and Daddy Pig and George have come to have a lovely picnic in the forest.
What a wonderful day to have a picnic in
We'll
the forest.
do this
Come
one. This
on,
is 2 pages.
Let's find a nice
from
spot to
August
sit
8th,
down and
2017.
have lunch.
From Shits Pants Cutely, I think is
How
the name of the
about we
author.
go that
That's
way?
that is a weird name. This
This
one
place seems
is
about right, doesn't it?
Peppa
I
Shine,
have a
Peppa
basket,
Pig
Daddy
versus
Pig?
the Grim Reaper.
Yes, of course.
What's wrong, Daddy
Death
Pig?
confronts Peppa Pig
Your
after a
face has
series of
gone
events in
very
different
red.
alternate universes.
I
Their
think
blades
I
are
can
at each other's
pick
throats.
up
How
the
will this
claw.
end?
Oh no. We
Alright,
will have
Peppa's
to go and get
POV.
it then.
Apparently this is
Perhaps
one
you
from a
and
different
Peppa could
chapter,
head
but
back
we're
to
just
the
going to jump
car and
around
bring
with
the
these and
basket.
just find some shit to read about. Alright.
We'll be back in no time.
Daddy Pig has
Maybe as I get more comfortable doing these, I'll do voices and characters, but I doubt I'll remember to do that.
Let's go back
Excuse
to
me.
the car and get the
Alright.
picnic basket.
Peppa's POV. I sat down in front of a stone pillar in the middle of a desert. I put my katana next to me, sighed, and leaned back against it. I've been on the run from the Green Reaper for months after I killed George and married the reader. I winced from the bullet wounds in my leg. One was in my calf on my left leg, and one was in my ankle tendon on my right leg. I got shot by my mom after she found out I killed George. Suddenly, the Grim Reaper ascended from a warp hole in the ground in front of me, they growled. Peppa, it's time. I lifted my head slowly and slowly opened my eyes. Change of plans. Death pulled out a skice from under his cloak. I'm afraid that won't be possible. I pushed part of the katana out of its sheath with my thumb. So be it. I whipped out my katana and lunged at the Reaper. They did the same. I swung my katana at them, but they blocked it. I kicked them in the stomach and they slid. I walked up on them. Your days of reaping are over, Reaper. You mustn't do this. You don't understand, they tried to yell. I stabbed them in the stomach. They turned to dust and disappeared. I sighed and blacked out.
We could, but it seems
When I woke up, there were parts of the universe glitching out, even fragments of the floor gone. I freaked out. Still hyperventilating, I tried to run, but I stayed in the same spot. The ground beneath me disappeared. I fell through a cracked ground and into the void. Next page.
At least someone is.
See, next time I do these, I'll get some more longer, cohesive stories. It was a beautiful day in Santa. Death and Peppa were on a sweet date with each other, strolling through the dumpsters. Stump and Bony Bones. Everything was going well until Death looked at Peppa with their blank, hollow eyes and decided to tell her their secret. Peppa, Death asked with a bone-chilling voice. Peppa looked up at the close skeleton. What is it, Death? Death shifted awkwardly and let go of the pig stump hand as they slowly slide their scythe out of their sleeve. The whole atmosphere changed around them. The wind started to pick up as heavy rain clouds rolled above them. The dumpsters they once lovingly strolled through transformed into a solid concrete cube, a literal cube that was surrounded by nothing but empty air. Peppa Pig looked all around before suddenly pulling out an 18-foot katana from the back of her dress. As she pulled it out, her face fell. Death looked at Peppa with an emotionless, skeleton face. It's time, was the only thing that came out of it. Perhaps Peppa's grip on the katana grew tighter. Change of plans. I'm afraid that won't be possible. So be it. Suddenly, Peppa launched herself at Death with enough force to crack the cube. Death disappeared in a cloud of socks, then reappeared behind her. Disappeared in a cloud of socks. That is actually how it's written. You must pay for your sins, for you assisted in the death of your brother. Prepare to feel the wrath of God. Death swung their scythe at Peppa, hitting her back and slicing her spine in half. She fell to the ground, and Death walked over to their former lover.
Now, why don't you pitch
Just
your
know
tent
that I will always
while
love
I
you,
prepare
was the
the
last thing she
campfire?
heard. Then Peppa died. What Death never knew was that Peppa was expecting 10 million skeleton spiders. She would have had them in a dumpster, and they would have eaten her alive as they hatched. They could have had their family. They waited a little bit longer, but it's too late. Good job, Death. So that was another short one. We still got some time in the video. I didn't realize I recorded a 20-some-odd minute video for this. So, let's see what else we have here.
We're playing a tune and we're singing a song with a bing and a
Come
bong
Undone
and a bing.
by Gunther. Horror, Supernatural, The Verminator. Okay, here we go. So this one's called Come Undone. From history to spell is speed, or time is re, the curse be. Dwayne is sitting at a table in a darkened interrogation room in Kotal's maximum level security prison. Cuffed to it by his wrist, facing the captured bounty hunter on the other side of the room, gigantic TV screen. The screen suddenly turns to reveal the fate of David Wallace, who is currently stuck in a space of events of Under Hell in Among Us. Oh, is this one about Peppa? Hold on. Do 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 boop beep boop 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 beep beep. I don't see anything about Peppa Pig and his bitch. All right, so I'm not doing that one. I want Peppa Pig fan fiction, not random shit. Let's see what else I can find. I knew this was gonna be stupid and dumb. Let's see. Spies in Disguise. Maybe this is it. So, Spies in Disguise, another one by Gunther. Peppa Pig, Suzy the Hoe. Alright, Freddy Fox, Rebecca Rabbit, Pedro Pony, Donnie Dog, Ellie Elephant, Zoe Zebra, and George Pig are gathered around a table in their resistance secret base. They have a mission: infiltrate the dungeon Sheep Castle, where they believe Suzy is holding their friend Peppa Pig. We got 5 minutes to read this one. All right. Freddy Fox. Great. So according to our intel, Sheep Castle is impregnable. So what do we do? Only one answer. We just have to elaborate the house. Strawberry. Ellie Elephant escorts George back to the nearest mental institution whilst the others continue plotting their heist. Freddy Fox. Ellie will enter the street of Loading Dock disguised as a chef. From there, she'll head into the kitchen. Ellie walks through Suzy's parties, disguised as a chef, wheeling Suzy's birthday cake into the kitchen. On the way, she hears some truly wretched singing. Kelly singing, Suzy Sheep eats the sun and drinks the skies, and they both go with her when she dies. Once she's in, she'll unload the goods. Ellie snorts the cake into her trunk, walks into the toilet, regurgitates the cake from her trunk into the toilet, and flushes.
Grandparents' house.
Then it's time to face 2 toilet trouble. From beneath the toilet door, water begins to gush out. Oh crap, somebody call a plumber. Pedro and Danny walk out to the toilet, disgusted as plumbers do. Well, Danny walks. We may have to tap into the hydraulic flap valve, so don't be alarmed if things get a little noisy. Danny Dog takes an axe and rams into the toilet while adjacent to Suzy's office. If we can break through this wall into Suzy's office, then we have all the access to the officer door codes. Meanwhile, I'll take care of canceling the magician. The scene cuts to Freddy, Rebecca, in the getaway van. I'm looking at the video now and it seems to be pretty choppy, and I'm sorry about that.
Hello, children.
Sorry, Mr. Stripper's gig's canceled.
Are they all right, Granny Pig?
Boys are pathetic. 2 days of Facebooking with this bear kids are eating out of my hands. Get a new flavor of lip balm. Meet me at Denny's in 10 minutes, sheep.
And we have little chicks.
Denny's sick. Hey, can you watch my post? Yeah, whatever. Zoe gets out her phone. Cue the stripper. Suzy Sheep Kiddo, the satanic sheep stripper. All right, this one is kind of long, so maybe I'll go back to that one next time. But for now, let me talk to you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope 2024 has started good for all of you. Myself and Hollywood miss you guys. You'll be doing the reactions coming really soon. This fan fiction with the kids game thing is something that I was thinking about doing for a while now. And like I said, it looks like on the OBS that's recording that the gameplay is pretty choppy, so I hope you enjoyed these fanfic readings. But, yeah. With all that being said, I think I might just go ahead and take this one out to the outro. And hopefully you guys have a wonderful rest of your 2024. And as you watch this plane here do loop-de-loops, we are going to get ready to hit the outro here in just a few seconds. Please stay tuned for more gaming content. We're doing a couple of different type of recordings. There will be more fan fiction kid games. I got a Paw Patrol gameplay recorded that we're going to do this exact same thing on. This dickhead done flew his electronic plane into the house, scared the shit out of somebody. But yeah. With all that being said, my name is Big Sin. This has been the first episode of Fan Fiction and Kids Games. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that bell so you know where Sinful Black drops. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.
Peppa and Grandpa love toy aeroplanes. Everybody loves toy aeroplanes.
Yep, I left you with some silence.
Can we go and see the chickens in the coop?